recognizes how almost crazy that sounds.
No, it does sound crazy. But you could take the guy that you love the best, and they shouldn't be talking about everything that ever happened in their world, because their world is so vast. People ask you crazy stuff all the time. Sometimes you're like, man, I'm just going to ignore you. But doing that may be against the law.
Well, all I'm suggesting is, Todd,
did you know it's against the law that if somebody said to you, hey, Maze, here's and you say, no, I don't want that, you broke the law for not reporting them if you don't report them for offering you something.
You know what? That's interesting. I'm gonna tell you though, Todd. I think I think that black leadership runs not just black leadership. I think Democrats run a real challenge in trying to not deal with the truth. Like, I think Madigan should be sacrificial. I know, obviously, I got a different opinion, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing I feel like is that it's like this, what the Republicans are going to do is going to package the fact that the Democrats are more interested in protecting their power and protecting Madigan than they are citizens. Mm-hmm. And I think they're going to look crazy. I mean, I would have all the questions and I'd just be like, can I get an answer? And if you say, no, you can't get an answer, I think the court of public opinion will judge them.
Don't you think this is a caucus matter? I mean, I don't know how the caucus breaks down in this, but this is a caucus matter, and the caucus, of course, is broken into smaller caucuses. So shouldn't those groups get together and say, look, I mean, one way or another, we're going to rat this out, or we need to approach this man and say, look, we're not going to try to embarrass you, but there needs to be a slow, not reversal, but move, but leave. You
need to exit. He needs to have an exit strategy.
Right.
So but see, the problem is when you are the king and you think that you are the king and everybody has told you that you are the king, then you feel like it's your kingdom, right?
But remember, Prince John was only the king because the lords were with him.
That's my point.
Once King, what's his name, came back, Richard, they were like, we're not with you no more.
But that's the point. The point is the lords remain. Madigan put 3 of his people. He know that no matter what they say, they're going to be like, we move to, right?
No, because I don't think that would be a smart way to remove them.
No, I'm not saying, but I say the Republicans are trying to force the Democrats' hand.
Right.
They're gonna. So now Madigan created a process to call a hearing, right? And that made it equal. Now it's 3-3, right? It's 3 members on 3, and the only way to move to the next step is to get a majority, right? So you're gonna present all this.
There won't be a next step.
So there won't be a next step.
Right.
But what we want people to understand is, like yesterday when Ruthie was saying to me, Maze, it's like you're telling the story and it hits so much differently. That's the point. The point is they even though there will be a hearing, there will not be a next step, which is what Madigan needs. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there will be this facade that we brought him to the forefront, and then the 3 Democrats will say, no, we don't believe that we should ask any more questions. That's it. So it's like it's like when you black dude.
A hearing, right? A committee votes to put the hearing. And doesn't he help the people get on those committees? He picked
the team for the committee. Mm-hmm. So ain't no Kelly Cassidy on the committee. ain't nobody who said we need to check, right? And so what you find happening is it's a rigged system. So I put my chairman in. Now, as the chairman, I get to say what y'all get to talk about. That's not admissible. I'm sorry, sir. We don't. And if I feel like I'm you say it's not a smart way, but if I'm a safe state rep, right? Remember, the way that you do it is you make sure that you don't have no competition. So if I'm a safe state rep, you're saying it's not smart. But remember, black elected officials don't usually run against anybody. Their game is to keep them from having a challenge so that when moments like this come, even if people go crazy, there's nothing they can do about it. Because you can't beat them if there's no candidate.
Control the outcome. Chess.
I know y'all don't like that, right? But then this is, and at the same time, and this is where I go to Karen Lene's point. You can't tell me that I gotta go look at the boogeyman 3,000 miles away when there's a boogeyman who actively practices the dark arts against us. It's like it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other to me. And I realize that Trump could be the greater, but if you're talking to me, I know in Illinois nobody cares. We never saw a President Obama campaign. There was no ads, there was nothing invested here because he knew that he already had us.
Right.
So again, I'm not in a state like Illinois where I already know it's going to go because Cook County alone is going to win for Trump. There has to be somebody saying, hey, yo, white boys, this is not enough. And a louder, more influential person says, hey, white boys, this is not, you ain't going to say it. You just going to say, man, we just got to get the boogeyman. So you keep doing the boogeyman, and I'm going to keep doing, y'all telling me that I got to be scared.
No. Forget about the boogeyman because the boogeyman don't exist. Now, you got to get that guy who exists, who's the president. Now, you can say Madigan has been, I call it more of a oblivion. No, dang it, I had the word in my head.
Oblivious?
Nah.
Ambivalent?
Ambivalent. That's
words.
the word I was thinking. Right?
Go.
Right. Ambivalent to some of our struggles. And that's a problem too, though. Yeah.
It is, what do they call it? Benign neglect?
Benign
However,
neglect.
it's not benign. It's not. It's cancerous. The benign neglect is when there is no deadly outcome. It is intentional, and the outcome is not benign because we're seeing the violence play out in our neighborhoods.
Use your eyes.
We are seeing it's not benign because we are last in all of the 16 economic indicators. It's not benign.
That's just not the state. That's the feds too. That's everybody piling on black folks. So
okay, but here in the Democratic state where we got the chief boss Democrat of the world, wouldn't this be the Mecca? Shouldn't this be, we got the most black elected officials in the world. Shouldn't this be the Mecca?
You want to make this a Mecca? I tell you all the time. You hire a
white lobbyist,
a true mayor from the south side or the west side.
Okay. So again,
who we know in Atlanta?
I'm just saying, it's the Maze
Man,
Jackson.
Atlanta had a hard time getting what they got.
I'm gonna tell you what, they had
They
a hard
got
time,
it.
but they got it, and they had people that they didn't have people fighting. They didn't have black people saying no, we shouldn't.
No, what they had was a mayor.
Okay, I got you.
We got a mayor. What you talking about?
Right, we got a
What
mayor.
you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis? We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
This secure moment is brought to you by Secure Home and Automation, your premier authorized Bring security dealer. Home invasions occur every 23 seconds, fire every 85 seconds, and medical emergencies occur suddenly. In times like these, get secured home and automation and an affordable wireless home alarm system with professional monitoring. This includes fast emergencies response, free security analysis, free equipment, and free installation. A limited time offer, be proactive. Call today, don't delay. 708-251-5069. That's 708-251-5069. Call now, 708-251-5069, or visit our website, securehomeandautomation.com. Secure Home and Automation, where your life safety is our priority. It brings authorized dealers, certain restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. In my life, I've gone from cotton field to corporate boardroom. I've seen great success and walked many roads. I know how it feels not to have. I'm asking you to vote for me for U.S. Senate for the state of Illinois. I can do the work that few others may understand. A vote for me is a step in the right direction for our state and our country.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
On yesterday's installment of On the Soil, we talked about the first place White Sox and Cubs.
We also talked with our boy Darnell Mayberry of The Athletic about those Bulls, man.
And we paid tribute to John Thompson, Cliff Robinson, and Chadwick Boseman.
Make sure you tune in, continue to rock with the bigs. You are On the Soil. What's in it for the Black People Media?
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. People in Illinois have been crying out for justice, equality, and fairness from their government for years. And it keeps getting worse. Unfair taxes, laws that unjustly imprison nonviolent offenders. The rich get richer, and the everyday people suffer. It's time for a change, and with your help, I'm here to do it. I'm asking for your support as I run for U.S. Senator in 2020.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Mike Love and the Dig! They're Mike Love and the Dig.
Go, Mike Love, I got a question. Hey, are you ready to go down? Here we go again.
It's all about the bad boys, baby.
Hey, what's up? This is Mike Love.
Hey, what's up? It's Diz.
Of Bad Boy Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. This ain't 1999, man.
Yeah, man. It's Chicago famous.
Say what? We're old guys now.
Oh, I'm hurt. My back. We are back starting September 8th.
Get ready, Chicago. That's right. We are coming back on the air.
3 to 6 p.m. on What's in it for the Black People Media.
Chicago famous.
On the next episode of On the Soil with the Bigs, we got the one and only Cubs 2016 World Series champion Jason Hayward, a.k.a. Jay Hay, rocking with us.
Tune in this Thursday, September 3rd, only on What's in it for the Black People Media. You rocking with the Bigs.
WIFTBPM. I think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's in it for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host Todd, Stroger. Had him talking.
Maze had me give a soliloquy to myself.
A soliloquy. How long did it take you to learn that? You only learned that from me, man.
I hired some Bolingbrook person.
That's right. You keep talking about that. Hired somebody, Bolingbrook. All right, speaking of hired somebody from Bolingbrook, the greatest city in the world. Well, I'm going to stop. Anyway, Todd, let me say this. Chicago. My kind of town, Chicago is. We should do a remix of that. My kind of town, Chicago is. Ducking bullets and running, Chicago is. That's right. I'm stopping.
You know that song may sell. You know that may not be a bad
man,
idea.
We should do some
you
parodies.
Got something there, kid.
You got
something there, kid.
My kind of town, Chicago is.
Had you right up there with Disco Duck.
My kind of town, Chicago is. Places where you. No, I'm gonna stop.
Hey,
where the mayor is.
I tell you, DJs, they make songs every once in a while.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you.
Radio.
We got a squad around this mug. So you see Sonia rocking that production now, right? Did you see that? You said I like how that sound. I gotta do something else though, cause you know the women gonna start saying you just don't like the mayor. You just be hating on the mayor. I think the mayor be hating on black men. You ever seen any straight ones in the administration?
I don't
on TV.
I don't think he has much use of them.
Team, never mind.
It's diverse. Didn't you see?
Yeah, you know how that works. Diversity. Can I say this too? I do not want to hear the words diversity coming out of black people. I want black people. Like, here go, because the diversity manager always winds up to be Kamala. I'm telling you. When they brag on diversity numbers, you know who they talking about? Kamala.
Yeah.
Think about it. When you ever talk about engineering diversity? When they be like, man, the black engineers, they don't be talking about the black engineers. When they be reporting them numbers, you know what they report?
What?
Globetrotters. The Indians. But I'm telling you, you be like, dang, how they make all this money? Then they come and be like to the black people, hey, We got some. Could you put this community meeting together? Todd, I'm telling you, we gotta get our cut. We gotta get our cut.
I'm with you. I mean, there's so much money that flows through government.
How come?
Because government does so much. Why do you think the mayors are so hard to beat? I mean, because there's so much money that they spend.
Well, I think this.
I mean, you have to do something to lose as the mayor. Where the people
this
jump
mayor
up and say, "What the hell?" happened
Or
there?"
do nothing, as this mayor did, which is or you could get the best downtown in the whole entire world boarded up. Think about the fact. Have you driven downtown? Like, no, I'm seriously, like, dog. It's crazy when you drive through there, man. It's like, what? This looks like a movie.
This might be like the snow and the
Michael Belandic.
Yeah, and having the L trains zoom through the South Side.
What you mean zoom through?
That was Jane Burns' thing.
What happened?
There was a big snow there too, and instead of the L stopping at 79th and 69th, and no, it wouldn't stop at 30. No, it stopped at 30. It wouldn't stop at 47th. It didn't stop at 55th. It didn't stop at 63rd. It just went all the way to 95th.
You know they tried to do that with the Dan Ryan?
Well, 79th, I guess. Yeah.
They tried to do that with the Dan Ryan. When we did the Dan Ryan reconstruction.
Oh, you mean with
project?
the ramps?
Oh, yeah. They was like, yeah, the next stop will be 63rd. It was like 35th, 63rd. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
See you back at 95th.
I mean, I understood what they're saying about 51st, but I have to say sometimes I missed it. And I was like, what happened to 51st?
All right, man. So can I ask a question, man? Todd, how do the Democrats defend Mike Madigan in Illinois? No, back up. This is where I really want to go. I want to ask this to every black elected official that is going to. I really want to ask this to the state of Illinois. Because very rarely in life, politically, do we get to see the true life impacts of what people have done while they're still in office. Todd, if you were to look at the state of Illinois right now, the state of black people, the state of our pensions, the state of our economics, and would you say Mike Madigan has been good for the state of Illinois or bad? Not politically. He's been great to get Democrats elected. But for the residents in the city and the citizens of the state, and I want you to think about places like the Sears Tower that were valued at $1 billion and he cut $250 million off so that he could make 25. I want you to think about every building, every skyscraper downtown. Well, not every. 1 in 4 skyscrapers downtown, I want you to take off 25% of the floors. Because he got him a discount of that much with his boy Joe Barrios. And he's been doing, not just Joe, because it was all of them. That was the racket, the property tax racket.
Yeah, but that's the property tax. I mean, even us regular citizens, there's some kind of high rate.
I got you, but do you make $10 million? Do you make 10% of what you save?
I don't know.
So, no, you don't. Let me tell you. So because here, let me give you the perfect example. Mm-hmm. $750 million. Let's say that the Sears Tower was valued at $1 billion. And Michael Madigan's firm then gets hot. Remember, he was always trying to get the tax business. Remember, he told old boy, he said, I don't want the long hair. We don't want the short hair. We want the long relationship. So now, if you get the Sears Tower a 25% tax break, that means that $1 billion valuation that the state that we would get to our county is now cut by $250 million. Mm-hmm. Right? So now we're only collecting taxes on the $750 million instead of the billion. Now, Mike Madigan gets paid 10% of the $250 billion that he saved. So when he makes the money, think about how much of our money has gone to personal wealth, to the building of his personal wealth and the wealth of all of his friends and family. I want to know, Todd. I'm gonna go to break, and when we come back, what I want you to do is I want you to put it in your computer. I want you to put all the factors that you want to add in, and then what I want you to do is spit out to us whether Mike Madigan. Whether Mike Madigan has been a net plus or minus for the state of Illinois? Then, that's for the state. Then I want you to ask yourself, has he been a net plus or minus for black people? This is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
WIIFTBPM. Call in and say it with your chest. 872-259-7474. That's 872-259-7474. Give us a call and say it with your chest. 872-259-7474.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. In my life, I've gone from cotton field to corporate boardroom. I've seen great success and walked many roads. I know how it feels not to have. I'm asking you to vote for me for U.S. Senate for the state of Illinois. I can do the work that few others may understand. A vote for me is a step in the right direction for our state and our country.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
This secure moment is brought to you by Secure Home and Automation, your premier authorized Bring security dealer. Home invasions occur every 23 seconds, fire every 85 seconds, and medical emergencies occur suddenly. In times like these, get secured home and automation and an affordable wireless home alarm system with professional monitoring. This includes fast emergencies response, free security analysis, free equipment, and free installation. A limited time offer, be proactive. Call today, don't delay. 708-251-5069. That's 708-251-5069. Call now, 708-251-5069, or visit our website, securehomeandautomation.com. Secure Home and Automation, where your life safety is our priority. It brings authorized dealers, certain restrictions apply.
What's up? This is Mike Love.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Diz.
Sounds like Bad Boy Radio.
Yeah, but it's not Bad Boy Radio because we are now Chicago famous, but we are back on the air.
3 to 6, Monday through Friday, starting September 8th.
All right, you tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody it's going down. Not only will you hear us on air, but you'll be able to see us as well, and that's all going down September 8th from 3 to 6.
What's in it for the Black People Media? Make sure you check us out.
Chicago famous.
On the next episode of On the Soil with the Bigs, we got the one and only Cubs 2016 World Series champion Jason Hayward, a.k.a. Jay Hay, rocking with us.
Tune in this Thursday, September 3rd, only on What's in it for the Black People Media. You rocking with the Bigs.
WIIFTBPM. I think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's in it for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd, Stroger. See how I did that? That's only because Ruthie wasn't here. Else I would have moved it quicker. Hey, all right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Todd, shout out to my girl, Sonia Escobar. Hey, 5 days, y'all. In 5 days, I'm going to get Chicago famous. Literally. No, I mean it literally. Because we're going to have Mike Love and Diz right here, 3 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday. Let me tell y'all something else. We got a lineup for that. I can't get... Everybody else get to curse. Everybody else get to curse. They like, y'all curse too much on the other shows. Oh, no, that's satellite. This terrestrial.
Oh, that's right.
Anything after 9 o'clock is satellite. You get what you get.
I didn't even think about that.
No, they be going in.
No. I mean, I've heard them, but I didn't think about what you're just saying about that. Why?
Because trust me, satellite. All right, y'all. Check this out.
Even though I say sometimes, once you tell people that they can curse, they get the Eddie Murphy, and they just curse because they think that that's what the group wants.
I could see that. I could actually see that. Remember, Too Short had a song called it. Talk about.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Curse words, just let them roll. Oh, it was like
I
that.
just saw an interview with Too Short.
Too Short's the man, dog.
He's from here, right?
Huh?
He's not. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no.
Shorty B is from here, not Too Short.
Oh,
Right?
He's from
I don't
He's
know.
from
what
Oakland.
he is.
Oakland.
East
Oh.
Oakland, from where I wrote. Remember,
Because the interviewer was actually asking him about MC Hammer, so that's where that came in. Okay,
His name is Todd Anthony.
smart name.
you looking up? We know that. You
Sean.
got to remember.
Todd.
You got to remember.
Todd.
Do y'all remember? Anybody remember the first time y'all heard a Too Short song?
I
Man.
sure don't.
You don't remember?
I've never heard
These
Too
are the,
Short.
yes, you have.
Below
These
the-
are the tales,
below
the
the-
freaky tales. These are the tales that I tell so well.
Like I said,
met
I've
this
never
girl.
heard of Too Short.
Her name was Shirley.
But he's
She
famous.
had a
I mean,
big
I know him.
Early.
I know the part that he was selling his records out of his trunk. I mean, he's really famous, I guess.
And I think he waited to have a child.
Really?
He's like
Mhm.
60, 50. Right, because he
That's
was a
young.
pimp.
That's
He
young.
was a pimp.
He was.
Oh no, I think anybody that had a baby with Too Short, like the girl who had a baby with Too Short there had to be like a 25-year window, because all the stuff he talked, it like you couldn't, you'd be like, which one are you? Which one are you? All right, look, y'all. I my man Todd, he's not biased. He loves the Democrats. Me, I'm disgruntled.
I don't love anybody except my family.
Dang, Todd, I feel some kind of way, man.
Oh man, you part of my family now.
that's
You
what's
fam,
up.
baby.
We fam, dog. We fam. Okay.
Okay, who said it?
Look at Patai's comment. Too Short said Nancy Reagan gave him
Rashid. No.
Can I ask a question? Okay, I do got a question.
See, I couldn't listen to that.
Okay.
So,
Yes, you would. You'll be like,
I feel bad about it. What the heck?
Did you see? I was just thinking though. Okay. So you know how George Bush loved Condi and loves Michelle.
Yeah.
I was just thinking. I was looking at his wife, and I think back in the day she kicked it with the brothers. I know. I'm gonna stop, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But I know them types. I seen her. She looked. I was thinking like she was like, yeah, go ahead, hug up. You want to take a kiss? All right, Todd. So here we go.
Are you trying to say the Bushes were Falwell light?
I'm saying George Bush. You know George Bush was a Harvard guy. I mean, he was a drunk. He got it in.
He was.
Dog, he probably woke up so many days. Like if you watch that movie, like you was like, man.
That's how I knew he would be successful as the general manager, because he was one of those guys whose job was to show people he was Fredo. Show people a good time.
Man. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Todd. I am. Here we go. All right, so I asked you before we went to break. If you were to put Mike Madigan in the Todd Stroger computer, you put the taxes in, doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Then you put in race relations, doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Then you put in economic development, doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. And you started doing all of those, and you started putting all of these things in. And I think Mike Madigan gives us a unique opportunity to look at policies and how they've played out over 40 years. As the longest serving Speaker of the House, he's been a boss for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, you'd have to say that he's shaped, if he hasn't done it alone, but he has definitely been an instrument of shaping the state of Illinois and how we do business, taxes, unions, all of that stuff. He has been at the center of that. I think we've only learned of his power recently with the investment of Bruce Rauner in millions of dollars. Elsewise, I think we wouldn't even know any of this stuff and it would still be business as usual. But now that we've got this, Todd, and we look at the finances of the state and we look at where we sit, has Mike Madigan been good for the state of Illinois? Take out the politics.
I don't know. He's been there so long, and I really haven't. I'd have to really look at everything and listen to past things and what happened. I don't know enough. I'll say it's probably like most things. There's been some good. There's been some bad. I'll say his agenda, in my opinion, he didn't have like a black agenda. He expected the black people to have a black agenda and then try to force them to do what they wanted, which I don't. I think there's a fear. You kind of talk about it sometimes. There's a fear of trying to force the speaker to do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So,
yeah.
So for the state of back up for the state of Illinois, has he been good or bad?
Well, I don't think you. In 40 years, you can't make just a.
What's the state of where
a
are
good
we?
or bad determination?
Where are we
right
in the
now?
state of
We're in a bad space, and some of it does have to do with past policies that he was a part of. I mean, it's obvious that.
What's he done good? How about that? Let me do that. Let me make it easy for you. Tell me what the best.
I know there's been some good years because I lived in a few of them, but
that's because he was feeding his white friends.
But it wasn't just about him, so I it's kind of hard to say.
So out of 40 years, this is what I'm saying. Out of 40 years, I'm asking you, give me something good about Speaker Mike Madigan. You've known him. You've worked with him at different levels. You power broker with him. Tell me something good for the state of Illinois.
Consecutive years?
He had one little 2-year break.
Okay.
And then that's when he was like, I'm keeping all these Negroes in line from now on, and my white Negroes too, except for Jack Franks. Todd,
surprisingly though, he was probably more heavy-handed before he lost than after. I mean, before
he used to beat us before we went to work. Then he gave us some food afterwards.
No, before he literally wanted you to do his bidding on every piece of legislation. After he lost, it wasn't. It was only his concern only switched to certain issues. That's what I would say. But no, I mean, there's been good times. There's been some good things that have happened.
Give it.
Some people may not think some things are as good
Give
as
me.
others. But,
okay, give me.
But I'll say, like, even just getting that darn stadium built over here was a good thing.
What stadium?
Actually, both of them. The Sox thing and the Soldier Field. Oh, see, well, there it is right there.
Okay, so you think so Soldier Field.
So as soon as I said something, you said, "Well, he didn't have anything. It was the governor."
Okay, I'll give you that.
That's my point. It's not just him. It was a collaboration.
So here we go. Todd, 40 years, Mike Madigan. The good thing about we got from Mike Madigan is Soldier Field, which is a crappy design.
Now you're asking me. I'm not an expert.
I'm saying, man, this should be easy though. This should be like you should be like, man. I'm just saying, you was like one of the big heads, the big hats. So here's my thing. My thing is somewhere in there, y'all was like at the meeting.
I was a big hat for 4 years. And
you lived with the big hat.
I was a big hat. There were people swinging at my hat trying to knock my head off. So
including him.
Well, not for 4 years. Only for maybe 2.5.
Yeah, right. No, the rest of the time he was sending all the other people to do it. So this is all I'm saying right now. I would challenge.
I would just preface. No, that's before, isn't it? My postscript would be that I think our biggest problem is that the caucus wasn't always fighting for, as I looked at it, I mean, it's just my personal opinion, for the right things. And even when they do, Mike Madigan's not going to save the day for any one group. You got to get some
green team.
You got to get some. Well, he's
seen his team.
No, the group he's in, yeah, he's gonna help them for sure.
What group did what? So again, this is all I'm saying. We got 40 years. I'm saying 40 years. Give me good Todd. Give me. Okay, so you said he's been good. So Soldier Field and White Sox Park are the two good things you could say he's done for.
That came right off the top of my head.
Okay, I got you.
And that's probably because that happened right before I got there and while I was there.
Okay. Now, for black people. How about this?
I think you probably need to ask some people who were there longer and had higher positions than I had.
So you can't think of anything good he's done for black people.
I was a backbencher when I was.
So essentially, no, you just can't think of anything. But you've been political. Now you might have been a backbencher, but you. I'm saying policy. I mean, shoot, we know what he did good for ComEd. We know what he did good for people's. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, like it doesn't have to be something you did. I'm saying, tell me something good that, like, if Mike Madigan was calling into the Maze Jackson show, and we was like, tell me something, and he was like, what? Because when I asked him personally what he had done for black people, he didn't have an answer. I did it at the Roosevelt Group fundraiser, and everybody almost choked on there.
I bet they did.
And they were like, you're going to speak to him? And then he turned bright red and had no answer.
Well, when you are, I'll say this, and maybe he's done nothing. I got no idea. No, I can't say he didn't do nothing. I'm certain. I know he's helped with some things, but you gotta. It's one of those things where you have to ask, and I know that there were some asks. So even like with Soldier Field, our ask was we need a committee put together to make sure that African Americans are getting their fair share of this work. So he was like, okay. I mean, and the committee was Republicans and black people. And an Hispanic person, who I think might have been Ed Acevedo.
And probably he got the most. But my question would be, so if he was able to do that then, what happened after that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Man, I ain't in his pocket. I mean, literally, I'm not in his pocket.
Got you. All right. When we come back, I'm going to ask Shannon Young's question.
Ask me what I did, and I'll tell you.
Okay. Shannon
I even have a hard time with that. I have to go home.
Shannon Young says, Maze, please ask Todd to tell us something good he did for black people his time in office. When we come back, we'll let you answer that. We'll be back.
No.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIFTBPM.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Mike Love and the Dig. For Mike Love and the Dig.
Go, Mike Love, I got a question. Hey, are you ready to go down? Here we go again.
It's all about the bad boys, baby.
Hey, what's up? This is Mike Love.
Hey, what's up? It's Diz.
Of Bad Boy Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. This ain't 1999, man.
Yeah, man. It's Chicago famous.
Say what? Old guys now.
Oh, I'm hurt. My back.
We are back starting September 8th.
Get ready, Chicago. That's right. We are coming back on the air.
3 to 6 p.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Chicago famous.
Is it really a good idea to have the same senator for 3 generations? I support term limit for all elected officials. Our senators need to bring home growth for our business community, jobs, housing, service for our senior citizens, and health care. We need new ideas and new approach to federal representation. I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Vote for me and send me to Washington, D.C. God bless.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
And you can tell them, Maze said, we want to know what's in it for the black people.
WIFTBPM. I think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger.
I'm taking over the show.
Todd was giving me a hip-hop update.
Ruthie needs to be here so she can see me beat up Maze and take the mic.
And then Todd woke up. Hey, Todd was telling me hey, I know y'all like, what? Todd was telling me a story about MC Search and Third Base. I used to like Third Base, man. But you were saying, just real quick, I didn't know MC Hammer was a Crip.
He's got to be because MC Search went to California. I think he was in L.A. and the Crips were literally hunting him down. But you know how you would say that when you come to a town, you got to get security?
You check in, yeah.
His security was Pookie. So whenever the Crips would pop up, Pookie it throw some signs and do some whistling or something, they all leave. But his wife was with him, and he says to this day he still seeks counseling because they were like running through halls because they thought they were gonna be gunned down.
Hey man, that's how it should be. Like the white boys should be. No, it's like this. I'm saying, like, I look at it now. The white boys were visitors in the rap scene. Whether you liked Hammer or not, they don't get to come in and diss nobody black on our tip. And so essentially, man, Hammer was feeding a lot of black people.
Yeah.
To his own demise in some cases. And so the way it worked in the family is like when Chief...
He made so much money in 1 year, he fed all those people, he still was doing all right.
But you think about that's how we tend to do. Like, we tend to let the white boy come talk smack to the black dude, and they feel like they can come in and talk smack. Well, I appreciate the Crips for making them become tests.
The point that MC Search was trying to make was it was Minister Prime who said that, and they were trying to kill me.
But the point of the matter was, you was rolling with the white boys, and both of y'all was talking crazy about MC Hammer, not realizing MC Hammer was plugged. Right? So y'all making fun of him because y'all think he dancing. He dancing in the whole hood eating off them dances. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. It's like when you used to make fun of somebody who was juking, and then you realize that they juke crew was also the Beat Your Tail crew. Right?
Beat Your Tail crew.
right. You be like, oh, you be doing all that fancy dance. You think you... And then they all be like, you know I'm from out west, right? And they be like, there it is. All right, Todd. So before we go, I challenged you. I challenged you to tell me what Mike Madigan has done good for Illinois and black people. I think I'm not tripping. I forgot. We got Soldier Field and what is it called now? Guaranteed Rate Field.
When I watch Mexico versus any other team in Soldier Field, I love it. It's beautiful.
See, Sonia, we only...
No. The black part that I can only speak to was the Soldier Field.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
You know, Bridgeport.
Wait, the Bears with no black quarterback. That one.
And you know, Mike Madigan was not having. He gave y'all Soldier Field because they feel like U.S. Cellular, which was Comiskey, was their holy grail. They still got season tickets to them bad boys. The white Irish guys be like, that's...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Todd. But then then Shannon Young said, well, Todd, tell us what you did good for black people. Talk to me.
Sure, Shannon.
I love that you didn't get defensive. Go.
No, why should I get defensive? For one thing, if I remember correctly, Shannon doesn't even live here, so how would she know unless I tell her, right?
Go ahead.
You really from Chicago.
So, and when you do a lot of stuff, it's kind of hard to remember everything.
Just give me three of the big ones.
Well, I would say in the diversity scheme, I'm going to be like the mayor now. My finance directors were 2 black women. Actually, everything in finance was actually colored people, but mostly
you had some Kamalas up in there though. You can't have no finance without no Kamalas.
I did have one,
and Kamala was the number checker. Go ahead.
No, she wasn't.
Okay,
she was actually revenue.
Okay,
but the CFO, when I in our reign, because it wasn't just me, the number shot up to 38% participation.
How much of that was black?
I can't break it down because
But you was
on
the hunt for black people.
Yeah, I mean we had black people doing stuff.
Right.
That was my thing.
I couldn't get a contract or a job though. Go ahead.
Well, you didn't come offering. No.
See, I could have said we would be the president still if I was there.
That might be true.
I'm not playing. I would have been chopping heads.
Well, that might be true, but the problem was I needed you at the beginning. I need you in the middle. Once the boat had half full with water was not when I needed you. I needed you because I lost all the people who had all that kind of sense. The Geralds and the Orlandos.
Right.
But you know what? I'm sure I did a lot of stuff. I don't know. You kind of forget how things happen when you leave.
You'd be like, man, I'm through with this. I'm out this popsicle stand. You can have it all. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to tell y'all what. This has been the major.
But it's mostly about people working.
Okay. And I think that's the era you came from, right? Like,
yeah.
The whole point of having the county was to have the jobs to be able to put people on who could then use the money that they made to do better in their lives. I think
that's right.
I think the 8th Ward, I'll be honest with you. The 8th Ward, in my estimation, was one of the last political wards to do it right. where there was a continuum where y'all had a boss. The boss took care of the people did their work, and it was a ecosystem. I think as we saw that fall apart, I think
politics, in my opinion, politics itself is not much fun anymore because
everybody got to report to Madigan.
The ability to help people is kind of gone. It's not going. It's been outlawed.
No, it hasn't.
Unless you're the boss.
It went to ComEd. It went to all the corporate. I'm telling you, what they did was say no more government jobs through patronage. Then they locked their people in civil service positions, and then went to rape, rob, and pillage corporate America. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show.
When the rules change, black people always are left out.
Exactly. They brought the Latinos with them. So, for my co-host, Todd Stroger, for Miss Ruthie Moore, who will be back tomorrow, for Sonia Escobar, the musical conductor of the Soul Plane, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, to asking you every single day what's in it for the black people. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze says. Stay tuned.